Hello everyone and welcome back. This subject has been requested a number of times. Today we are looking at 8 tips for building musical relationships. Connecting with the right match can be incredibly fulfilling. However, on the flip side, spending too much time with the wrong people can drain you of your creativity. We all want to find the Mick to our Keith, the Bernie to our Elton, the Lennon to our McCartney. This is going to sound like dating advice because a lot of it is very similar. Without further ado, let's dive in. Tip number 1, make an effort. You can't expect things to just fall into your lap, be it success, song ideas, or even musical relationships. You need to get out there and make an effort to make it happen. So how do you do this? Simply get yourself in musical circles. I met the bulk of my peers directly or indirectly through college where I studied music. Of course, it doesn't make sense for everyone to go down this route, so let me suggest some other places you can build a network. Most big cities will have open mics or songwriting circles in one way or another. If you've got a gig, make sure you hang out and spend some time with other musicians on the bill. Strike up conversations with people at your local music store and reach out to anyone who might have connections. For example, the drummer of my old band was a former student of the wife of my guitar teacher at the time. You never know when you'll find those wonderful connections. All you need to do is make an effort. Of course, at the same time, you need to let it be natural, which is tip number 2. See, you can really put someone off by being overly pushy. The best relationships blossom over time. Let me tell you about a friend of mine who I met down in Nashville years ago. He was staying at the apartment across from me. We got to chatting and quickly struck up a friendship. We'd hang out after our days of songwriting, drink whiskey, and solve all the world's problems. Now, he was someone significantly further along in his musical journey. He was starting to write with some bigger names and soon after found a fair bit of success. If I had tried to bug him into getting me along for one of his writing sessions back then, it wouldn't have felt right and chances are would have put him off. Instead, we became friends first and foremost. He knew that I wasn't using him just to get ahead. Now when we're in the same city, we'll usually get together, grab a beer, talk about life, but to this day we haven't done anything musical together. If one day we do, it'll be a natural outcome of our friendship. In my experience, that's usually the most fun and often produces the best results. Moving on to our third piece of musical dating advice: be honest. You need to be aware of what you're looking for and what you have to offer. Throughout the course of a healthy musical relationship, it's important that all parties are on the same page. Otherwise, you'll end up wasting a lot of time that could have been spent searching for the right bandmate. If you're asking for a full commitment from someone, you better make sure that you can put in the same thing. If you're having other troubles in your band dynamic, you need to discuss that too, because chances are it's not going to fix itself. And remember, actions speak louder than words. Someone can say they're going to change, but it's the results that really matter. Which brings me to number 4, don't worry if you need to cut it off. Sometimes things just don't work out for whatever reason. Sometimes you need to think about yourself first and foremost. If you don't want to fire your drummer who's holding you back because you've been friends since grade school, you are doing yourself a disservice. A mature adult can deal with this kind of rejection. If they freak out, is that really someone you want in your band to begin with? We've all been on both sides of this equation. Be honest with them, try to give them fair warning, but when you gotta end it, you gotta end it. Number 5, learn how to reach out. Now that I'm at a point where people reach out to me, I can tell you what instantly puts me off. When you reach out to someone you hope to build a relationship with, don't back them into a corner. What I mean is give them an easy out, because no one likes to say no. For example, I would much rather hear, "Hey Samurai, if you're ever interested in working together, here's my contact info." Then, "Hey Samurai, do you want to work together sometime?" The second one puts me on the spot and forces me to accept or decline. The first statement puts the power in my hands and is much more respectful in my opinion. You also want to share some work you've done. When I reach out to someone, I want to get them listening to my music as soon as possible. That way they'll instantly take me more serious. I'll give them my card and make sure that as soon as they go to my website, there's a link to stream my music right there. If I'm sending an email, I'm sending a YouTube link within the first couple sentences. And make sure when you do reach out to someone, get to the point. We're all busy. If I get a business email that's as long as the Canterbury Tales, you better believe that I am not reading it. Be short, to the point, respect people's time. On to the next tip: be as professional as possible. Even if you're in the early stages of your career, you'll get taken more seriously if you come across as a pro. Make an effort to present as polished of a product as possible. Have a business card, an EPK, make sure your social medias are well branded, buy a custom email address instead of the Gmail account. Even if you have to spend a little money on these things, it's worth it. Fake it till you make it and you'll make better connections along the way. Number 7, target your peers. This is a big problem that a lot of us deal with when we're in the early stages of our career. We want to get in tight with the people who are higher up in the food chain. This way we can hopefully jump up to their level. In my experience, you cannot cut in line in this industry. People want to help out the people who have also paid their dues. They also look for mutually beneficial relationships. Ask yourself, how are you benefiting the other person, not just how they can benefit you? You're much better off looking towards your peer group. Find musicians who are at the same stage as you and grow together. Don't try to write a song for Adele. That is never going to happen. Instead, try to find the next Adele and work with her. If you really want to start up a relationship with somebody further along than you, don't ask them, and I quote, "Can I pick your brain over coffee?" Instead, ask if they offer mentoring sessions and how much they would charge for such a thing. And my last piece of advice is don't go hunting for tigers in Antarctica, which isn't my favorite metaphor because really you shouldn't be hunting tigers at all. But my point is, if you're trying to find something in a place where it doesn't exist, you're wasting your time and resources. If there's no market for my music in the city I live in, I need to either move or move on to another project. If there are just no like-minded musicians in the city you live in, the same is true. Of course, you can begin to foster relationships over the internet, but nothing compares to being in the same room as someone. And that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. To wrap this up, I want to ask if you have any musical questions for me, be it about guitar, the music industry, theory, whatever. I'm going to be doing a Sensei series soon where I respond to your requests. Nothing is too stupid, simple, or complicated. If there's something I've done before that you want me to clarify or go into more detail about, please let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Thank you again for watching, and a big thank you to everyone who supports my channel through Patreon. If you'd like early access to my videos as well as a number of other unique rewards, hit that link down there. Until next time, I'm Samurai Guitarist, you guys are great, and I will see you again soon.